to the channel. If you're open to receiving this healing, just say I accept. Ask my Archangel Michael for your blue cloak of light, and ask Archangel Michael for your sword of light to be imbued into my selenite wands. yes, I'm just currently feeling the collective energy right now. There's a lot of collective anxiety. So I'm going to close that circuit by saying I choose to feel the vibration of anxiety because there's a belief system within me that tells me that it serves me. And I choose to release this vibration. Let's close off the other vibration loops. I choose to feel the vibration of fear because there's a belief system within me telling me that it serves me. And I choose to release this vibration of fear and thank it for showing me that I was not in my I am presence. I ask for the violet flame of truth, and I return this energy to a cinder and light. I'm accepting this energy. Surrounding you in the violet flame of transmutation. Using the blue ray to transmute lower vibrational energy cords to the throat chakra. And I'm now going to begin to cut away low vibrational energy cords to the third chakra, the left hand side. I can really feel this energetic cord because if you see the hand, see how it's shaking right there? There's an energetic cord right now. It's not on it's on the left side of my body. It's not on the right hand. It's okay, but it's the left hand side. It's right here, right underneath the throat chakra. Let's pull this throat chakra blockage out. Heart chakra blockage. Lower heart chakra. It seems like most of these attacks are to the back of my chakra. Or I wouldn't say attack, just low vibrational energy cords past traumas, energy, collective energy. Feels like the sacred mind. I don't have time really to explain how. When you get caught up in words, words is not needed right now. I do not tolerate low vibrational energy or any thought projections. I just want to give some advice. If you feel fear or any low vibrational energies, check with your belief systems and ask yourself, why are you feeling this energy? Remember that you are creating the energy within yourself. Nobody is creating the energy. All emotions that you're feeling from yourself. This is your opportunity to release fears. Remember to use your discernment. If you do not feel comfortable, I am not holding you here. You have your free will. Use your own free will. Use your discernment. If you feel like this video is evil and low vibrational, then it's best for you to exit, because the longer you stay in a low vibrational state, you're emanating and projecting your energy into the egregore. This is a place of balance, and you're always welcome, unconditionally. But I say, before you comment, think about what you are emanating. Are you emanating vibrations of balance and unconditional love? Or are you emanating vibrations of separation? Your words are power. So you must be mindful of your thoughts and your words. And your thoughts have extreme power, major power, major power. Thank you for the 11 likes. I appreciate the energetic support. I only remove the commenter out of unconditional love for him and others, because if someone is constantly emanating low vibrational energy onto the other, the collective whole, it causes issues with the collective healing. I cannot support that type of energy. Removing cords from the solar plexus chakra, yellow ray energy. We're at a point in time right now where those who are willing to receive will receive. We do not have to explain ourselves. We do not have to beg anyone to try to see the light. All we have to do is emanate and be the light. And those who are willing to see will see. I ask my ego mind to move to my left shoulder, not to intervene, only to observe. I surrender my ego mind to my higher mind and ask my higher mind to embody into my being. Ask assistance of my spiritual masters in removing any stagnant, low vibrational energy in a 10-foot radius. Dear Source Creator, I ask for a translucent shield of light. I'm now going to raise my vibration. So I'm going to go into a meditative state. setting the intention to switch my brain waves to gamma state. Feels like there's heavy projections on the solar plexus and throat chakra and heart. Heavy projections today. Well, thank you for the love and appreciation, the support. My gratitude, I am thankful. The energies are now going to smooth out because we're now going to enter the 12 o'clock energy. Usually 11 o'clock energy is the most intense. It's usually when all the projections ramp up or the collective energy ramps up. But now that we're entering 12 o'clock, well, 12, it's 12 over here, are going to be. Sometimes when I'm feeling a whole bunch of tense energy, I tend to fall more into my divine masculine energy. But now that the tense energy is moving, I can now move more into my divine feminine energy. I give thanks to my divine masculine energy. I was recently listening to a video when Jesus was talking about do not get caught up in words. He said true enlightenment, you're not able to describe it in words. It's when you become silent. I say it is best to focus on the energies behind the words and not the words itself. Practice feeling the intent and the energy that comes off of words, and it will help you with your discernment of energy. Because a lot of times when people place comments like the comment that was earlier, the energy and the attention behind the words is what matters. So someone, they could ask perceivably, it will look like a standard question. Oh, he said, how can I not let so negative energy get to me? Well, what happens is you will see it, you will feel it, but then you have to consciously choose. That's why I say if you feel fear, it's usually a projection of fear. So then what you say is, I choose to feel fear because I believe it serves me. And when you say that, you close the circuit. Because if you just say, I feel fear, where then you're just going to constantly say, in your mind, it's going to be a thought loop. It's going to be infinite. Like it's not going to be a loop. It's not going to complete circuit. So it's going to be like, I feel fear. I feel fear. It's going to be like a U, and it's going to constantly be projected out. But if you say, I feel fear because I choose to, then it goes in a circle. Then it ends. It ends right there because you say, I choose to. When you say I choose to, that means you bring the energy back. So you say I feel. So it says I feel, and it goes out. And you say the vibration, fear or anxiety, because I choose to. So it goes back into you. So it goes out, and then it goes back, and then it gets neutralized. It goes back to neutral point. So you go out and then go back in, and then stop. So what's going to happen is someone's going to project energy, and how the universe works is how it tests you is it's going to bring it into your reality, but you must act differently or act the same no matter if it's in your reality or not. So for example, give me one sec. Someone comes up to you angrily, yelling, and the first day you react and you get upset, and then you start thinking about how this person made you upset. The next day, you you can do a forgiveness procedure and focus on forgiving the other person and forgiving yourself for reacting, and then choose on the next interaction, instead of seeing the person and immediately thinking about what they did, think about the vibration of unconditional love and forgiveness of that person, and thank them for the lesson that that has been learned or you're learning, and what they're teaching you is what you do not prefer, and they're also teaching you, um, once you realize that this person, their negative energy can serve me in the way of showing me how to identify it and let it go, and realize that that's their belief system, and in making a conscious choice and saying thank you for showing me a belief system that I do not prefer, and now I choose to release it. So now when the person comes in my energy and does the same thing, because they are in an infinite loop, they repeat the same actions. So they repeat. So they repeat the action to you, but now you internally do it differently. You respond to it internally differently. It's not about external, it's about internal. You respond to it internally differently, and you do not allow it to affect your mind by choosing to stay in a high vibrational state no matter what the external reality is doing. And I'm not saying this is going to be easy. It's going to take practice through trial and error over and over and over and over again until you slowly build up your immunity. And the more you practice doing that, the stronger your informational field is, and the more you're able to identify energies that try to enter your informational field, or thought projections. That is how I deal with low vibrational energies when they enter into my channel, because there's there's usually in the beginning of my Reiki videos, when there's live, there's I'm bombarded with other psychics, and I know there's other psychics. They try to they disguise themselves as um, being understanding, I would say. It's really hard for the common, I would say common, but it's really hard for efforts to discern them. Usually they all leave around 25 minutes in, because they're risking their self, because they're constantly getting bombarded with light. So it's usually a game of endurance. But since our energy, we flow energy vertically and then give out horizontally. So the energy stream for us is infinite, but their energy is finite, because they have to constantly take energy from others. So they run out of energy. So they have to constantly get a new supply of energy. And they want me to be a supply of energy, so they enter the comment section and disguise herself as being welcoming or understanding, and then try to ask questions just to have me being in an infinite loop of explaining myself. And I'm realizing that I don't have to explain myself every time someone asks what I am doing. I don't want to get caught up in words, because words can be changed and words can be deceptive. You are very welcome. But for the most part, it feels like the energies are now relaxed, a little bit unbalanced, but nothing that we cannot handle. Remember, if you're experiencing low vibrational energy, if you're experiencing any type of attacks, that means that you are a powerful energy. Because the dark energies, they don't attack you if you don't have power or if you're asleep. They'll only try to attack you if your energy is able to affect others. Because just you having high vibrational thoughts, your thoughts radiate and it can affect people in a whole mile radius. Your energy is not just small, it affects everything. But went to sleep. Okay, get up. Definitely went to sleep. Got to increase the blood flow in my hand. Real quick. Gotta build energy up. I say I give thanks to all the low vibrational energies that has been projected today for allowing me to have a deeper understanding of my energetic body. It really helps me grow and become more powerful in my own energy. I just want everybody to know not all the energy that I'm feeling, that I say negative nature is coming from the stream. I can feel thought wave energy from people who drives on the road, people way over there in the house complexes and stuff, in the stores area. Just because I'm out here in the middle of the woods, you still feel the thought wave, the waves of energy of the collective that makes its way over here in this area. Because when someone think a thought, it radiates infinitely outwards. Each thought is pulsing outwards, and whenever everybody's having a collective anxiety energy, they build up an egregore, and it washes over in the wind. The wind energy pushes it pushes the egregore around, and when it enters in my field, I have to transmute it. That's the purpose of the storms and the rain and the wind. When there's a whole bunch of low vibrational energy, it becomes like really hot, like really, really hot. Or I'll say like stagnant energy. So what Mother Gaia does, she brings a storm in with highly energetic and re-energized area with movement, and the wind comes and it blows the egregore, moves that energy around. I know that I could have prevented most of the energetic attacks or projections if I would have went into meditation before I started to stream and clear my energetic body. I know I felt the energy attaching just before I started the stream. I should have did my procedure before I started, but it's okay now. I think it was a valuable lesson because now I get to slowly raise your vibration with me. I can feel your vibration raising. I can feel the viewers, their vibrations raising. The ones who decided to stay, I say thank you to you. Thank you for building this egregore of light. My protection before the stream, I usually just go into meditative state and I bring my awareness and I move it through my body. I move my awareness starting from the crown. I move it like this, and then I go in circles around my whole entire body. And then I ask my spiritual masters for protection. And then I do reiki on myself before the stream. How I look at it, my energy is the sage. I am the Palo Santo stick. I am the selenite wand. I am the transmutation energy. My hands are the scissors. All these are just props. All these really just help with holding the vibration, and the scissors is just representation, because I can do the same cutting method if I just did this. It's just all in visualization. These are just props. The crystals are just props, but you're supposed to be able to do all this, or it's best to think of it as you don't need any of this. You can have no clothes. You can be in a completely empty white room, but I still have my hands. I still have my conscious awareness. I can clear my energy if my hands was behind my back and my hands was tied up. I'm still able to clean my energy energetically. I'll just use my astral hands or my astral bodies. Because before you move, your astral body moves first and your physical body traces your hand. So whenever I'm pairing like this, I'm usually pairing with my astral hands. So imagine like an invisible layer of hands. You have like a whole bunch of hands that comes out, and what you do, you're pairing yourself with them, the astral body. Use your consciousness to clear your energy. It's all in thought. This leads me to like a very important point. I say no amount of crystals or Reiki videos that you watch will make you ascend. These are only tools and helpers. The only way to ascend and raise your vibration is by transmuting and reconfiguring your consciousness and cleansing your consciousness. Good afternoon. Grand rising. I'm glad that you can make it. use my crystal skull. Which one I should use? I'll use the small one. Oh, nope, that's the big one. The small one. Connected to it. Now I can work on this one. I don't have a stand for it, so I can't really show what I'm doing. I wish I had like a hologram to show like the chakras. So I'll just move it down. Good. Much better. Hello and welcome to the channel, if you're still there. Yes, there's a couple of them. I don't know, I think it's the one that the lady that I was talking about in previous videos. There's a lady and she walks around and she has a bird on her arm with a little cap, and she usually takes it off and let him fly around in here. Sometimes I see it swoop down and goes back up. It's over there on the other side. I think she has two. I really like the sound that it makes. It's like, it's like going down. You can really feel the vibration of the birds, like when they make their sounds. Because sometimes they'll be like low vibrational energy, and it's almost like the birds, when they sing, it's like a shock wave of high vibrational energy. They're like little laser beams of sound. It's like they clear out the low vibrational energy out of the woods through their singing. Especially like sometimes they direct their sound at me. You can literally feel like if there's a low vibrational energy or an entity that's moving around in the woods, all the birds just start going crazy and start um doing their sound, and you can literally feel the energy just move. It's like they're moving the energy with their sound. It's like a whole battle going in the morning. They're clearing out low vibrational energy because some of the elementals are negative and some of them are positive. Most elementals are positive, but there are negative elementals. You can't see them, but you can most definitely feel them. And sometimes they'll be trying to play tricks on you, especially because I'm like right next to the water. So sometimes the elemental, they'll come right next to my tent, and you can feel them. And it's like tell them to go away. Like, bro, you gotta leave. And since a lot of people don't realize that there's some elementals that are negative, some people even call them demons or something, but they're actually just manipulated elementals. Like one of the elementals, they get captured, and then they get mind controlled. Yes, that's why sometimes you hear a whole bunch of birds. Um, they have different vibrations. So some birds, their sound activates different vibrations in your mind. So like um, crows are like intuitive. That crow sound activates a vibration in your brain that like activates like your third eye. And so wherever they do their sound, it radiates intuitive like clarity. They're like ripping a hole in the veil through their sound. So the more that like they crow, they're ripping holes in the veil, and then your third eye is able to see through the hole that they rip, and you can actually see what's happening. That's what happened when I had my LSD. When I took my LSD trip, there was like 20 crows following me, and I literally walked for 6 hours. I walked 6 hours from the place I was at back to my mom's house at the time, and the crows followed me the whole entire time. Or whenever I have like a very intense psilocybin trip, that's when I start to see or hear a lot of birds, different birds. If we had no animals on this planet or the elementals, this planet would have been destroyed a long time ago. But thanks to all the animals and the bugs and all of them, they're constantly transmuting the energy back into light energy. I feel that the consciousness of ants are very interesting, or bees, their energy. Yes, it helps a lot. Even right now, sometimes before the session, I'll I'll turn I'll make a marijuana tea, and I take a small bit of it. And what marijuana does, it amplifies and allows you to see your chakras. So it brings everything from the temple and bring it to your front awareness. And then if you pay attention to like how you're breathing, like if you download and remember the state. So watch yourself as you transition through the states. So like if I take the weed or marijuana, and then I just go into meditation and watch myself shift into that state. So then when I'm no longer so then when I want to shift into that state, I slowly think about how each part of my brain shifted, how how my lungs got relaxed, how my breathing slow, how I'm breathing more gently, how I'm exhaling gently, and how I'm moving the energy up and down through my chakra systems. And that's how I say I'm able to shift myself into the gamma state or the marijuana state intentionally without having to use it. Psychedelics definitely help. Well, I haven't had DMT, but I know that connects you to the dream state, reality, the lucid state. It helps you become aware of the dream that we are dreaming. I'm hearing this from when Bashar said that it's all in how we use it. If we're constantly using it over and over and over again, then it becomes a crutch. Yes, because it is a plant medicine. So all plant, it's an ambassador to connect you with the plant kingdom. That's why when you connect with it, it really helps you connect with like the consciousness of plants and trees and elementals because that's the vibration that they're at. So like a lot of people they smoke weed, but they smoke weed and they're inside the house, their own electronics. But if you smoke weed and go into the woods and just sit, is a whole different experience because then you're able to feel the energy and the consciousness of living beings or organic beings. Yes. Chickens are beautiful animals. I am trying to figure out what is your intentions. It says, do you eat them? Yes, I have eaten chicken before. Just because you eat protein does not make you evil or hinder you on your spiritual path. But there will come a time where we have to completely give up that type of food because it's no longer resonate at our vibration. People need to understand just because you eat meat does not mean you're an evil person because that means Jesus, he ate fish, but it's all in the respect of the animal. Are you eating it because you know this is going to help you, or are you eating it just for your own pleasure, just because it's the intention behind it? That's why you see in some native cultures, they celebrate or they pray and they decorate the animal because they're showing their respect to the animal. They're giving their thanks to the animal because they know they're going to become one with the animal if they eat it. Yes, focus and intention. That is like I say how powerful that is. Like when you go into any plant medicine, state who is allowed and who is not allowed to be in your experience, because immediately if you get in, like you take marijuana, for instance, disembodied souls, they try to come to you because they're like, oh, that person's entering that state. I want to feel high again too. So they try to cling onto you so they can experience being high through you, since they don't have a body and since they don't want to pass on, they want to stay. So they try to attach themselves to you, and then they'll influence you. So they'll be like, so then while they're influencing you, they'll be like, oh, I want to eat this food. So then you just go to the store and oh, I want to eat that too. So then you grab that, thinking it's yourself. People call it the munchies when it's really just a being that's attaching itself to your solar plexus because it wants to experience eating again. So you have to state your intention, this set focus intention for the reason behind this is to expand my awareness and connect deeper with my inner being. And all low vibration energies are not permitted to be in my informational field during this marijuana or psychedelic teacher experience. And that brings another thing that I've been hearing is like people, they try to compare us to the animal kingdom, and to be like, oh, humans, um, we're supposed to eat meat. Technically, we're not, but we adapted to through hundreds of years because the first imbalance happened with animals. How it originally happened when we came to Earth was that the animals had their own kingdom. So like the lion, all the other animals they'll eat each other. But when they see the human, they recognize the human is God consciousness embodied. So they never attacked the humans. So the humans walked around with the animals, even though the animals had their own food chain, but the humans they just ate plants and fruit. But when the negative oriented beings came to Earth, they knew that to make the humans fall in consciousness, they must cause an imbalance. So at the time, the humans, their awareness was way too high for the negative oriented beings to influence them. So what they did was they caused an imbalance in the animals. So what they did, they took some animals and genetically modified them so they can be negative oriented and so they can start attacking the humans. And then they attacked the humans, and then the first vibrations of fear was created because humans never understand what was happening, so they experience fear for the first time. So then the humans are attacking the animals, and that caused a karmic imbalance, and it caused an infinite cycle of imbalance because now the humans are starting to kill other beings and causing a negative imbalance, a karmic imbalance. Because whenever you eat meat, you gain a small amount of karmic imbalance. Yes, and a lot of people, well, I don't say a lot of scientists think that we come from monkeys and stuff. We don't. The being that we come from was a Homo sapien, which is they're not connected to monkeys. They're more connected to like the Sasquatch beings or to Simiquestus. And then we're also genetically modified from um, other Palladians and other, um, what do they call them? other star beings. If you want to know where I got this information from, I advise you to look up the channel called Awakening You, and then look up some of the videos. It's called The History of Humanity. There are channel messages from Archangel Michael, and he explains the truth and the reality of the history of humans. This is our third reset, or one of the resets that we have. We used to be way more advanced, but then we had a collapse and we had a nuclear war before, causing us to almost go extinct, and then we restarted again from the Stone Age, again, until present day. At the time, we had AI, and we went into the negative oriented, and we almost collapsed. And how it goes is our consciousness, we start off as elementals, then we move into rocks, our consciousness, then our consciousness move into plants, then we spin we spin cycles as plants, then we graduate and we become animals, we turn into lower third dimensional beings, we become animals. Then when our consciousness rise, we become a higher form of animal, like a smarter form, like dolphins. Then when our consciousness rise again, we are permitted to enter a human vessel. Then we become humans, or humanoid beings. Then our consciousness raise again. So then we go from being the third dimensional human, raised to fifth dimensional. Then we become multidimensional beings. Consciousness evolution. That's why when you become aware that the animals is basically your cousins and relatives in a consciousness state, because in another like 200 million years, their consciousness, they graduate to being a human consciousness or something similar. Same thing with rock consciousness. They're elementals. And you realize that, oh, these beings are what we used to be. And right now, to be human means that, or into a vessel like this, it means that we already graduated from first and second density. First density, rock, second density, plants, third density, animals. A lot of the history has been tampered with because the scientists, they don't want to believe that our DNA comes from outer space, so they immediately say, oh, we just come from monkeys. But it's more than that. Yes, we may have shared some of the DNA, but we have more than just that in us. We have the Anunnaki's DNA, we have the Palladians, Arcturians, and then we also have our soul DNA, the DNA from our soul from every lifetime that we have. You say, I definitely have a similar belief system. I believe that's why we attract each other, all of us in this stream, because we all have similar belief systems to each other. Maybe a little bit different, but that's what makes it beautiful about it. Because the greatest truth is that all truths are true. I say no one's indefinitely right and no one's indefinitely wrong. I see sometimes when people try to force someone to believe their belief system is usually because they don't believe in their own belief system. Because if you believe in your own belief system, someone can say something other than your belief system, but it will not affect you. You just look at it as, I see this other, they believe differently from I, but I respect their belief. And I integrate and take from what I need from that belief system and apply it or don't apply it. Yes, it's a form of codependency that has been taught. As Bashar say, true power is the lightest touch. When someone's trying to force something, it shows that they have a belief system that they don't have power. But if you have belief that you have power, you don't have to force anything. You just know that it happens and it will happen. That's how Jesus was able to heal, having unrelenting faith. He just knew that was going to happen. He didn't try to force it. It was just a slight touch. The slightest touch. They have lots of learning to do. For those who don't decide to learn, they will have another 75,000 year third dimension or cycle to go through. So right now, every 75,000 years or 76,000 years for Earth, there's the graduation. And a lot of people who are asleep right now, they don't realize that this is their life, maybe their last lifetime reincarnating in third dimensional consciousness. So the people who are being born right now, the kids who are being born right now, they're at fourth dimensional consciousness. But anyone who's still in third dimensional consciousness will not reincarnate back on Earth. That's why the younger generation, they have extreme psychic abilities or they're super sensitive because they're fourth dimensional consciousness. But the third dimensional consciousness are you being taken off the planet slowly. That's why Archangel Michael said, lots of people are taking the tram off the planet. The tram, and then the train is ascension. So it's now the time for people to choose the separation of the wheat from the chaff, the goats from the sheep. The planet will ascend. It is inevitable. It no longer depends on us. Now, an illustration that I say is, imagine in the past energy where Jesus was at. The earth, everything was dark. Like imagine there's a layer of dark tar and you are light. And your light raises like a bubble. And the tar is expanding and the light is coming, and then when it pops, you ascend. That's how the energy was before. But now how it is there's light rising, 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 and it's squeezing all the dark energy out of you. And if anyone who tried to hold it, if they try to hold the energy, that will pop. So what you have to do is keep your vibration in a vibration of unconditional love. So when the next wave of high vibrational energy it comes and sweeps away from your consciousness the dark energy. And then what happens is all that energy, again, it raises, 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 raises to the front of your awareness. And then when the energy wave come in, you let it go, and then it swipes it away. So now it's time for me to end the stream for now. I will return. I have never left. It's time for me to charge my phone. Yes, because I'm very low on battery. But luckily for me, I have 2 power banks and fast chargers, so I'll be on today, later on. Thank you for the unconditional love and the support from all of you. Remember that you are protected and you are safe at all times. Equip your shield of light, your armor of light, and your sword of light. If you're feeling any low vibrational energies, ask your spiritual masters to surround you in light and hold them close. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. Existence. May your day or night be filled with light. Namaste. I love all of you unconditionally. Have a good day.